Таир, бала, ну что за дела же?
Уая, Таир, эй! Шеф, штраф что надо сделать? Отжимание.
Железно.
Давай 50 отжиманий.
Нет, иди, я разберусь.
Я хочу посмотреть,
нет, иди, разберусь.
если я опоздал, у меня не осталось.
И сразу вот общение в команде, вы, наверное, до сих пор видите, как мы с друг другом общаемся, как мы друг друга поддерживаем. И вот тогда же я уже почувствовал, что это мое, что мне комфортно находиться в этом зале, что мне приятно вообще проводить время с этими пацанами.
Босиком специально босиком брать, чтобы не подскользнулась нога случайно, даже в носках нельзя. Еще ты дерешься же босиком, у тебя полностью должна нога чувствовать землю.
Где-то даже как-то я говорил, и Хавьер Мендес говорил, это универсальный боец. Многие, честно говоря, недооценивают. Все говорят о его борьбе. Ну, мое мнение, что он еще до конца не раскрыл свою стойку. Даже, в принципе, это и хорошо. Он может многих удивить. Даже смотрю я в интервью, многие говорят, анализ делают его стойки, а его удар.
Islam Makhachev is getting ready for one of the biggest fights of his career as he prepares to defend his UFC welterweight title against Ian Machado Garry at UFC 330. Training in New Jersey with Khabib Nurmagomedov, Javier Mendez, and the rest of his team, Makhachev says everything is going perfectly. According to Javier Mendez, Khabib is leading most of the training while every coach focuses on making sure Islam is ready for every challenge.
Yeah, everything is going very well. We stay in the same gym, like last couple of fights we stay in New Jersey and training in Nick Cotton MMA. It's very nice gym. I have too many my brothers and friends and sparring partner with me. Almost all team is here. We're training together. Khabib is here, Javier is here, you know, and we're training every day very hard to be ready. Мне нормально, если балл я не отдам, взять не обязательно. У меня это есть понятие, как там делать. В голове получается, там не получается.
Khabib admits Garry brings a different style than anyone Islam has faced before. His height, reach, and movement make him a difficult opponent, but Makhachev believes he already knows Garry's game plan. He says Garry likes to stay on the outside, move around the cage, and avoid exchanges. Islam's plan is simple: cut off the cage, close the distance, and take him down just like he has done to many previous opponents. When asked about Charles Oliveira helping Garry during training camp, Makhachev joked that the only thing Oliveira could teach him is how to tap fast, showing the confidence the champion has before fight night. Many big names in MMA are also giving their predictions.
Чуть нарушил начало сборов, вообще без никакой акклиматизации. Мы сразу начали пахать.
All week I was pushing them. I leave weekend. I just come back for next 5 days. For me it's gonna be fun day. For them it's gonna be very hard days.
The whole team for Islam's here, except two coaches, two very important coaches, Saif Safullah and Magomed, head coach at Abdulmanap Gym in Dagestan. But we have the main person that I believe is always here for Islam, and that's Khabib. He is basically running the whole program, really. I do little bits and parts here and there. I've become more of a mentor type than actually the head coach now, and I like my role. I do less work, but I also get to watch someone like Khabib take over with a great honor and joy it gives me to see how great of a coach he is.
His skills, I just have to run in this camp too much because I have to follow him because he runs too much, you know. I know his game plan, we always see his fight and he has same style always. But I will try to catch him, take him down, just what I did with my all opponents.
He's done a lot of his camp, obviously, with Charles Oliveira. He's trained a lot. Is there anything Charles can tell him about you that you're worried about?
Yeah, Charles is gonna teach him how to tap fast. That's it.
John Jones believes Makhachev's wrestling will be the biggest difference. He says Islam has the ability to decide where the fight takes place, and that advantage makes him the favorite. Carlos Prates believes Garry has real skills and a genuine chance to win, but admits beating Makhachev will be extremely difficult. He feels Garry needs to hurt Islam more often if he wants to pull off the upset.
Я был действующим спортсменом, и также мне тоже хочется отдавать ему обратно, делиться с ним опытом, потому что я знаю, что когда я в зале и когда меня нету, это две разные тренировки.
I assume that Islam's going to win that one just because of his wrestling pedigree. You know, to be able to dictate if the fight's going to be standing or on the ground is a great gift. Another guy with a strong team behind him, strong faith. I'm not rooting for anyone in that fight because I don't know either one of those guys on the personal level, but I'm assuming that Islam's going to win. That's my prediction.
Of course, he's an underdog against Makhachev, but I truly believe he have a really good skills to beat Makhachev, you know. Of course, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard fight. I think if he would the guy like knock people out a little bit more, he hurt a little bit more, would be like less hard to beat Makhachev, you know. He do a lot of points. He don't hurt people, you know. But I think he have a chance, really good chance, like real chance, you know, to beat Makhachev.
Great fight. Look, it's a great fight. Ian Garry for a long time has been saying that, you know, he is the future. Obviously, it's his nickname. Like, he sees himself as being there with the belt. He's visualized it, but now he's got Makhachev in the division. And I mean, Makhachev's got the kryptonite for every single person in the division. No matter where the fight goes, he's got the skills to challenge you and to cause you issues. Like, of course, since Ian Garry's, you know, been spending time in Brazil, been working on his jiu-jitsu, he's going to be far more confident in his ground game.
Dan Hardy also sees this as an exciting matchup. He says Makhachev is a nightmare for every welterweight because he is dangerous everywhere. Hardy respects Garry's improved ground game, but wonders if anyone outside the Dagestan training room can truly prepare for the pressure Islam brings. Ian Garry, however, has complete confidence. He calls Makhachev the best fighter in the world and says becoming the best means beating the best. Garry believes his height, speed, and distance control make him the toughest opponent Islam has faced. He also thinks Makhachev's comments about his fighting style show the champion respects the threat he brings.
Time, like, I don't know if you can be able to replicate what Islam Makhachev can do to you. I think you would have to be in the wrestling room in Dagestan to really feel that kind of pressure. And what you got to remember is, like, that room right now, we keep signing a bunch of guys from Khabib's team. They're all like cookie cutter versions of each other. They're all lethal. They've all got great wrestling. They've all got that pressure style with good punching and kicking now. You know what I mean? Like, there's a really elite level in that gym. And Makhachev's at the top of that pile. Like, everybody in that gym is working towards where he is, and everybody in that gym's
I have nothing but respect for him. I think he's absolutely cemented himself as the best fighter on the planet right now, and until he's beaten, he holds that status. What he's done in this career, in his career and over the last decade in the sport has been second to none. A two-weight world champion, pound for pound #1, and on the verge of breaking the longest consecutive win streak in UFC history. It's nothing but exception. However, I've always said to you from the first time you spoke, well before I was in the UFC, to be the best, you have to beat the best. I have this feeling in my heart that they know I'm the trickiest opponent for him. That's why he's calling out Prates. That's why he's calling out Morales. That's why the champion of the world, one of the most dominant athletes we've ever seen, called out Kamaru Usman to defend his world title fight against. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. He knows I'm long, I'm tall, I'm fast, I'm rangy, I understand distance management and control. And if you want to flip that into a terrible wording, then you'll say what he said.
Michael Bisping says Garry deserves this title shot. He points to wins over Bilal Muhammad, Carlos Prates, Michael Venom Page, and Jeff Neal as proof that Garry has earned his place among the division's elite. Chael Sonnen also defended Garry's movement, saying there is a big difference between smart footwork and simply running away. He plans to watch Garry's previous fights again before deciding whether Makhachev's criticism is fair.
Dislike him, but you can't deny what he's done in his career. You just can't, right? As much as you might want to, you can't. I mean, last time out, he won a decision over Bilal Muhammad. He beats Carlos Prates. He loses to Shavkat Rakhmonov when he went the distance, and he beat Michael Venom Page. Okay, right? They are three very, very good wins. Before that, Jeff Neal, Neil Magny, Daniel Rodriguez, Son Kanon, and Darian Weeks made his UFC debut against Jordan Williams. That's fine, right? That's what you do. You work your way up. But when you got into the deep end of the division, against your MVPs, against your Jeff Neal, your Carloses, and your Bilals, what did he do? He won all of those fights.
Garry does a good job of moving. Yes, he moves the whole time. But they didn't say moving, they said running, and running specifically, when we use it as a vernacular, in this space means he goes backwards. He's running from you. He's running. Running away from a fight. That Ian Garry does not just run away in fights. I've never known Ian to do that, but I could pull up an Ian Garry fight right now and I could find out. I could just look at it and go, oh, well, look, he does it. I had never really noticed. Or he's not telling the truth that he's going to chase him. One of those two things aren't true. But I don't know which one it is. And it makes it interesting. And if Ian does play that game of cat and mouse with that long reach that he has, right? Is it enough to say that Ian's going to upset Islam? Boy, Islam's pretty special.
173-day layoff, and I believe, if my math's correct here, this is the third longest layoff of his career going into this fight. So again, he fought Jack in November. We're talking about a fight here in August, so decent amount of layoff going into this one. His longest layoff was the going from the Adriano Martins to Chris Wade fight back in 2015 to 2016. There was a 350-day layoff, and then going from Chris Wade to Nick Lentz, there was a 343-day layoff. So this one comes in at 273, slightly, slightly behind the 343-day layoff. All right, let's get to Islam's. Islam's had one close fight in his career. That's the first Volkanovski fight. Some people talk about that.
Analysts also noted both fighters are coming into this fight after long layoffs, which could affect their timing early in the contest. Even so, most predictions still favor Makhachev. Some expect a decision rather than a finish because Garry has shown strong durability and good submission defense throughout his career.
Couple reasons why I'm going decision as opposed to stoppage. Ian Garry, you see the fact that he's lost one fight. He's never been finished in his career. As far as I know, and you would imagine as well, training at Shootbox, that Ian Garry's probably got a pretty good ground game, probably got good submission defense. So if you look at the majority of Islam Makhachev's wins, they are by submission. He's got 13 total, 46% in his career. But I think Ian Garry will be good enough to fend off any submissions. And I don't see Garry getting like super tired in this fight too. So that's why I'm leaning more towards decision, which is where Islam has the second amount of wins in his career, 36%. He's got 10 wins by decision. If you look at Islam's last couple fights, well, I shouldn't say that actually. JDM went the distance.
He has the goodest chance of any of the guys in that welterweight ranks. It's just that Islam is just so good.
It's a great point. What about you, GC? You fancy his chances? Do you think he's got a shot?
I don't know if I fancy them. I don't think I'd make him the favorite, but he's certainly live. To Pete's point, there's no definitive outcome that I can say in this sport that I feel good about anymore. With Hamzat losing, Ilia Topuria losing, it's too unpredictable. Everyone has a fighting chance.
I'm happy for Ian. He was the guy to get the shot. Like he had to be the guy. Carlos has been great as of late, but he has a win over Carlos just over a year ago. It had to be him.
Oh, Michael Morales.
Nah, he's had greater wins. He's had a higher profile quick fight, but
it's not going to be a quick fight. I don't think
it's not going to be. Do you fancy his chances, PT?
I think he has a chance. Absolutely. I think, look, Islam's the best fighter in the world. It's a huge task. He'll test Ian in a way that we thought Bilal would, and he didn't. So I'm interested to see how it plays out. But I think Ian can have a lot of success if he sticks to his long range on the outside. Absolutely. Like, you know, we've seen him do this time and time again. It's just a different beast across the cage from. Understandably, Islam is the favorite, but absolutely wouldn't rule in.
Ariel Helwani and his panel agree that Makhachev deserves to be the favorite, but they also believe Garry has the skills to make this a competitive fight. His confidence, striking, and movement could create problems if he sticks to his game plan. On August 15th in Philadelphia, Makhachev's world-class wrestling and relentless pressure will clash with Garry's speed, reach, and striking. Can the champion continue his dominance, or will Ian Garry shock the MMA world? Let us know your prediction in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more UFC breakdowns.